Randwick Oval. It's not an oval, it's a square, actually rectangle. It's a rugby pitch, but it's great. Been great to be here. Look at all the people here. Just pan around, please.
Wow.
Wow. Honestly, it's fantastic. It's absolutely fantastic. Great facilities, very grateful. Got a bit of sausage on the go with the barbie.
What's
Very
the
Australian.
French for sausage, please?
Sausage. I'm just joking, cut that out. Two years ago in September, we came back from the Australia tour in 22 at the end of July, and then I was essentially told after that tour that I had to have open heart surgery. Well, it didn't quite go like that. It wasn't as blunt as that, but you know, I had a process of checks, and eventually they came to the conclusion that I would have to have that surgery. So that's probably why you say it's not been as straightforward. But yeah, I had that 2 years ago, which was. Time flies because that's 2 years has gone by so quickly, but that was a little setback that I had then, and you know, I've been kind of in and out a little bit, and I suppose I've been battling to get back to being 100%, to being the way that I want to be, feeling the way that I want to feel, because obviously I suppose when you come off the back of something like that, it's difficult. As rugby players, we have cry screenings, we have these tests. I think it's every 2 years, or it could be every year now, I think. I had a tough bout with COVID, and I remember coming back and thinking, I can't breathe, this is not right. And then this cry screening people came in the week after, and I had a check, and one of the things came back not quite right. So they went through further investigations, but I was actually okay. I didn't feel too bad at all. I had no symptoms. It was just a problem that they found with one of the valves in my heart. Essentially, it was too big. So yeah, they had to go in and sort it out. But yeah, going back to my original point, it was all kind of out of the blue. Everything was out of the blue, and it felt like a long process to get to actually having the surgery because of everything that came before. But yeah, I'm just so glad to be here and to be healthy and to be, you know, involved. It's quite special. It's incredible. Yeah. My daily routine. 2 degrees on my own. I'm not tense.
Relax.
Don't try it.
Relax. Put the camera back on and we'll tense up again. Turn it away, you relax.
Oh my God!
Do you have a new outlook on like how you approach England camps now, given what happened to you?
Like, I probably came in when I was quite young. I'm probably quite, to put it quite frank, I took it for granted, I think. Just being in here and being young and having all the time in the world. I think now I'm definitely more diligent on making sure that I'm 100% right for Test rugby, because it's a step up. It's a massive step up from club level rugby. So yeah, I'm just more diligent now on preparation and getting right for the games. And then whenever I do get involved, tickets probably go up a bit more because it's special, man. It's special, and you know, you want your family to be there. I have a young son, so I want to make sure that he's there. So yeah, that's 5 minutes. I need to get back.
So
Oh
taking
my
too much of your
God.
time.
Smile. son. Thank you very much.
So it is actually the first time anybody in contact sport or combat sport, quote unquote, combat sports ever returned from this particular procedure. And I say that now, I didn't know that at the time. I didn't know that before it happened, so maybe I would have been a bit more nervous if I knew that at the time. But yeah, there was no guidelines. That's the one thing that that got me a little bit, is that there was no guidelines as to how would you navigate this, how would you get back from this. What do you do when you tear a hamstring? There's a return to play protocol that you follow. This was a whole other thing. I remember waking up the day, well, after the surgery. I think the surgery was about 5 hours long. I remember waking up immediately after the surgery and being starving. I was so hungry, so they got me, I think it was like mashed potato or something light, but I ate it so quickly that I got hiccups, and obviously your sternum has been cut open. So I just remember the pain from the hiccups. Imagine something as light as hiccups. Obviously it's a bit irritating, but the pain from hiccups, because obviously your chest expands, was unbearable. But like the contact bit was probably the most difficult, and that was something that I had to get my head around quite quickly, that it's probably gonna hurt. My family throughout the whole thing were incredible. You know, that there's so many things that I couldn't do. There's so many things that I look back on now and think that is incredible. You know, my son was 10 days old, and then I went in to have the surgery. So for the first 2 months, or for the first month, you can't hold more than 10 pounds because obviously your sternum and your chest is healing. And to look after a baby is difficult, along with looking after me as well, because obviously of what I'm having to do, and you know, the strength that they all showed. Again, going through that, it's not just the pastoral care and the day-to-day care. It's like mentally you'll be okay. You know, just some days you'll be like, I don't know, man. I don't know if I'll get back to where I want to be. But like reassuring, and it probably got a bit irritating, to be honest, for them. But you know, they were unwavering in how they were with me, and sometimes I needed it. Sometimes I needed that little push. But you know, I'd like to think that if I can repay them, you know, by giving everything that I can for this team and for my team, and then that's perfect. It's just been a process. It's been a journey, and I wasn't too public about it in the beginning. I really wasn't too public about it in the beginning, but I think now that I suppose I've been through the process and I've come through the other side, I can only shed light on any issues, and I think that's something that's a positive that's come out of it, is that you know, I can share this experience that I've had with other people and show them that it's not the end. So that's kind of what's happened over the last 2 years. There's been a bit of stuff in between, but.
Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to London, to Twickenham, to the freshly named Allianz Stadium, painted today in white and green and gold. And here come England and Australia. (3:10) on a Saturday afternoon here in London, England and Australia. Smith, kick, Lawrence, chase, Wallaceo comes across, it's Lawrence who gets there first. Ball bouncing up pleasingly from an English perspective. Spencer and Curry and George, and again, Joel, really nicely done. And Earl, and Curry himself! And Twickenham in full roar within the first 5 minutes. following the ball carrier, who once again is Smith, and Smith goes through. Furbank to his right, Smith went left. Spencer, the try scorer, Cunningham South. England with the advantage. Huge opportunity here for a second try. George Martin just short. Genge looks interested. He's held up by McWright and co. One of Will Stewart. Oh, down he goes. Brilliant work from Wilson to get his right forearm underneath that.
Held on. Here goes Genge.
Taken quickly. Cunningham South has two. What a start to his afternoon. What a start to England. Gordon, Kellaway, and now then Swali'i. Oh, the offload from Swali'i and the try. McDermott, oh, he's gone. Little step now, and then the trick, but the ball away, and Wilson's there. England led by a dozen midway through that first half, and half-time here at the Allianz Stadium. Good half that. England 18, Australia 20. Protecting that handy blind side to the left that Australia are working hard to exploit. Now McWright gets it away, try scored. Henry Slade waits, he's got Lawrence and Smith just behind him. Smith comes to this left-hand side, here he is, slide home, chip through, slide home! 77 metres. They will miss that, Australia, as Smith tries to puncture their defence. Lawrence! Swali'i was doing what he could to get backwards, but Lawrence was in front. Dombren, England with numbers, and there's another. And Slyhome has another. Towards a Lions visit. Slade. Ford, it nearly caught on. However, Lawrence lost it, and this is Kellaway, and Australia on the burst, and Kellaway runs away and maybe wins it for the Wallabies. England with the penalty, however. Australia creaking, England hoping. Dan Cole's there. So too Finn Baxter. Once again, a toe. Amosa, tipped on, McWright, still the skills from the Wallabies. Ikatau, oh, this is Jorgensen, they're going to snatch it! A green and gold conclusion to a memorable game of Test match rugby.
Difficult to put into words, really. It's disappointing. I'm hurting as well as all the other guys. Again, we put ourselves in great positions. We just got to finish it off, and that's the learnings from both weeks, really. Which is obviously so disappointing, but I think the most encouraging thing is the fighting spirit that we've shown in the last 2 weeks to come back into games and put ourselves in winning positions. we'll debrief and we'll come back and we'll fight to be better.